Hey everyone, it's your liberal with a gun. I'm back with a new video. As of last year, I've become passionately involved with shooting and firearms. I've really taken it up. I really love it. It's become a new hobby of mine. And I've been perusing YouTube and I've seen a lot of videos that you guys have been putting out, some great stuff. I'm enjoying all of it. But a lot of videos about everyday carry. And I thought, maybe I'll do my own. But then I was a little reticent about that because I was thinking, do I really want to broadcast what, when, how, and where I carry? But then I thought, well, maybe if I do this video, it might be helpful to other people who are getting into shooting, getting into, wanting to know what should one carry, what should one think about carrying for self-protection out in the streets or whatnot. So I decided, okay, I'll give it a shot. So here on the table is what I carry typically every day. Not all of it at once, but different variations or variants on items that I would carry. And a lot of it is determined by, what the weather's like, what time of year is it, which affects the type of clothing I'm going to be wearing. Where I'm going to be, is it legal to carry? If it's not legal to carry, what do I have to rely on then? Things of that nature. Starting here, some of the obvious things I carry every day in my wallet, which has my license, and it also has my Pennsylvania license to carry card. So I keep that in here. My car keys, again, pretty obvious. Car keys and house keys. And what's cool is just a couple days ago I was at Cabela's and I came across this device. It's called the Key Stacks, and it allows you to keep your keys kind of contained there. I will also put my little cards and whatnot for discounts. Keep that right there. Got my Prius Key Fob. I am a liberal with a gun, so yes, I drive a Prius. I'm happy with it. My little tile device, which is very cool. You use this with your cell phone and you press a button and it rings and it lets you know where your keys are. I also have one in my wallet too. And this little device is just a little prop stand that I use with my cell phone in case I find myself in a restaurant or whatnot or someplace and I want to read the news on my phone or something. I prop the cell phone up with this, like so, and it just makes it easier to read. So, very valuable. I use it quite often. So those are my keys. And then I also keep, I don't know what it is with me, but I'm always having chapped lips quite frequently, so I always keep a tube of Blistex. Oh yeah, also on my cell phone, how could I forget that? I always keep the cell phone on me. It's always fully charged. I have it in this Mophie battery pack. This thing is like, what, I don't know, 3,000 milliamps. Has a mini USB, a micro USB, whatever you call that. That's where you charge it. And it maintains the charge for at least 24 hours. So love this thing. I typically wear it in my front pocket, one of my front pockets. I used to have one of those belt clip pouches, but I got made fun of, so I got rid of that. And yeah, I carry this with me everywhere I go. So that's that. All right, so moving this way, I always carry a flashlight. And this is a small one. It makes it a little bit easier to carry. This is a J5 Tactical. What I like about it is that it has the rear power switch, and it's got the 3 modes: bright, low, and strobe. And like most, I don't really like this too much, but it's pretty typical for most flashlights. You have to push it on and off to cycle through the 3 modes. This one has focusing capability, and it's got the convenient clip. So I carry this with me at all times. If nothing else, you can flash this in an attacker's eyes just for that momentary distraction for you to get away. I also love the fact that these edges are very serrated, so it becomes a weapon. If you have to, you can gouge an eye, into the throat, into the right here, soft tissue right here. So that's pretty. I would think that's pretty effective. I've never had to use it, but I would imagine it's pretty effective. If I'm dressing more formally, more like slacks, dress slacks, and something like this might cause an unpleasing puffiness in my pocket or whatnot. Then I carry this smaller flashlight, which I hate the fact that it's a screw on. You have to screw it to turn it on. And it's not as bright, but it's something. And the reason I hate to have to screw is because you're engaging both hands. So you know, with this one, if I have to, the advantage of this one is if I can turn it on and I can also go for whatever weapon I might have on my belt. But you know, it is what it is. Then we move to other things that if sometimes I forget, I try to make them a part of my everyday carry. This right here, this is simply a power bank, a small power bank for my cell phone. It has a USB connection on it, or USB port on it, or terminal, I should say, or whatever you call it. A USB connection. And that just goes right in here to charge it up. So I never want to be without my phone charged. So I carry this around with me just in case maybe I forgot to charge this overnight. I wake up and I on my way on my day, and I look at my battery and I'm like, oh, it's only got 30% power. I must have forgot to charge it last night. So I just pull this out, boom. This will charge it up in about maybe, I don't know, half hour. It at least gets me to 70%. That should get me through the rest of the day. This here, these are the Ifrogz Bluetooth earbuds. I love these things. They're compact, they're portable, they connect so easily to my cell phone. So again, if I find myself, let's say, waiting for my son to pick him up from school, or pick him up from karate, or waiting for my wife while she's shopping, whatever, I can just pop these on, I hit the button, it connects instantly, and I can watch more of those wonderful videos that you guys are putting out there. They fold up easily. I wrap the cable around here. It's got a little magnetic clip, so you can clip it. If I had a lapel, you can clip it onto your lapel, and the magnet will hold it in place. And boom, there you go. I always carry these with me as well. This is a tactical pen. This is a Brookstone. I don't know if it's the best you could find. I don't know that much about, you know, what to look for in a tactical pen, but I do know it has a pen that writes. It has a nice little clip on it, and it has a sharp reinforced tip, which could be used again as a weapon. You can use it to gouge or whatnot, but also it can be used if you have to escape your vehicle for whatever reason, you're in an accident. You can use this to break glass if necessary. So yeah, all this I tend to carry in my front pockets, either using the clips that come with them or just shoving them in my pockets, and I'm ready to go. As we move further to this side of the table, we get into the higher grade stuff that I carry. Here I have two SIGs. I love the Sig Sauer brand. This is the Sig P938 9mm. This is the Sig 229 Legion. And this is an example of what I was saying before. Depending on the time of year, the type of clothing I'm wearing, let's say, you know, in the fall to winter months, roughly from October to, let's say, end of February, early March, I'm wearing clothing that makes it easier to conceal a larger firearm. So that time of year, I'm going to be carrying my Sig 229 Legion. Just going to pull it out of the holster. I'm going to clear the weapon. That's clear. Nothing in the chamber. All right, so we're clear. I'll wear it around 3:30 on my dominant side, the right side. And yeah, this I carry with me. I can't, 99% of the time, I carry a firearm with me. Now, when we get into the warmer months, let's say roughly, I don't know, from March to September, early October, when I'm wearing more like just t-shirts or short sleeve shirts, shorts, things like that, something like this, I don't feel comfortable carrying. I just think it's going to print because I'm just wearing lighter clothing. Then I move to my Sig 938, which I love this gun. It's a smaller gun, but I don't find it to be very snappy at all, and I'm pretty good with it. I'm pretty accurate with it, as accurate as someone at my level of shooting is. And I have no problem carrying this gun. I'm going to clear it first. Magazine is empty. Chamber is empty. So we are clear. very snug, and it's solid. I have a solid gum belt as well. So now when I'm carrying the 938, because it has it's a single stack and it doesn't have a high capacity. I think it's 7 rounds plus 1 in the chamber. When I'm carrying this weapon, I'm also going to be carrying a second magazine. This is the This is an extended mag. This is the standard mag. It holds 5 rounds. Carry that as such on a belt clip magazine holster. So this will go on my left side. This is going to go on my right side. I'm going to put this magazine back in. There we go. I also have started carrying a blade. Now I have 3 of them here. I only carry one at a time. Again, it depends on the situation. This one is probably one of my favorites. This is an M-Tech. Let's see. It's an M-Tech MT-20-63. Okay. I just think it looks pretty dope. I love the grip on it. Now, I'm right-handed. And when I first bought it, it has a outside the waistband holster, belt holster. And I wanted to put it on my right side because I'm right-handed. But because I carry on this side, carry the firearm on the side, I didn't want anything obscuring me getting to my firearm. Because I also, I might have to dig through clothing as well. I don't want to bump into this when I'm trying to get to the gun. So I decided, well, let me carry it on the left side. I have no choice. But then I realized it might not be so bad to carry this on the left side because I can, if I find myself in a stress situation or I'm under attack, I can still grab this with my left hand, come up, out, sweep across. And I think that's going to cause a lot of damage doing that. Whereas, and this might be rationalization, if it were on my right side, I'm coming up, just kind of like when you present the firearm, coming up and out, which I think takes a little bit more time. And plus this way, coming up and out, I'm only using one facet of the blade, just the tip of the blade. Now I could come up, out, and do all this, but I just feel like on the left side, I grab it and right across, and I still have this hand free to reach for the weapon and do what I need to do. Or if I can't get to it, I still have this, and I'm right-handed, so I can come across, and then I can still do what I need to do with this hand. That's just how I feel, and I don't train knife techniques at all, hardly ever, but I've seen professional knife handlers, rather than holding a knife like this, they tend to hold it like this. This reason being that if you hold this up here, someone's gonna punch you, they gotta get past that blade. Now, a lot of times I see people with longer knives doing that, which is badass, but this is a blade that I feel comfortable carrying. Plus, I don't know the law that well when it comes to blades. I should, but I think I've been told, rule of thumb, the blade should be no longer than the first 3 fingers on either hand. So I'm going to assume I am carrying legally this weapon. And you know what they say. If I'm not, better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6. So I might carry this knife. I just recently picked this knife up, and I do like this knife. I bought this at a gun shop not that far from me. This one comes with this is the sheath. This is a Black Hawk. Comes with the sheath, and you can wear it as a necklace. Now I would wear this if I'm going to be putting a shirt over it, or a polo pullover or something like that. And I have it so this is obscured. It's hidden, concealed, and I have the necklace portion on the narrow end so that the knife is pointing down. The reason being that you could do it where the necklace is on the top, and so you have this type of thing, but I just feel like if it's hanging off of me and this is sticking up this way, it's a little less convenient trying to get to it without possibly doing damage to yourself. So for that reason, I invert it, and this way I can come down and then maybe come back up, or whatever I want to do, come across the body using the right hand. Or I guess I could use the left hand. Come down and up. Now, again, I don't practice knife technique. I'm going to start, or I should, because I want to be able to use these weapons effectively. But at any rate, I carry this. If I'm not carrying that, this is my first choice. But, you know, I might carry them both. Who knows? Then last, I have this here. And this is also an M-Tech product. And I just bought it basically because I thought it looked cool. It's a pouch that has 2 knives in it. What I believe these are considered punching knives. This one, it has a notch for the forefinger and a notch for that. So you can punch with this. Same with this, 2 notches for thrusting motion. Same with the Blackhawk. And now this one, the accessibility is not as easy as this one or that one. In terms of, you have to snap it shut to keep it from falling out. Problem with that is that takes time to unsnap and present. It does have the belt clip here. The pouch itself, I had to have it restitched because the blades cut through the factory stitching. So I don't know. I wish it were more of a, I don't know if that's Kydex or just reinforced plastic, but I wish it were a sheath like that. But I'll carry this if let's say I'm at work and when I'm working, I always have a, what do you call it? A Leatherman or a Gerber tool on this side. Because again, I'm going to be carrying and I don't want anything to obscure me if I have to get to my weapon. So if I have to carry that Leatherman, then I'm going to put this, I'm not going to carry this because this will have to go on the left side. I might wear that, and I might put these on the back right here, so that if I find that opportunity to, you know, to mount some sort of counter, if I find cover or concealment so I can get these out, then I can reach back here, unbuckle, and come out with the weapon, present the weapon. Now I live in Pennsylvania. I'm bordered by New Jersey, Maryland is south of me, Delaware is south of me, and then I do a lot of work in New York as well. And in all those states, I am not licensed to carry these items. My Pennsylvania license to carry does not allow me to carry in any of those states where I do a lot of work. So if I find myself traveling somewhere where I cannot legally carry, then I'm probably going to go with a couple blades, and I'm also going to go with either pepper spray, which I carry in the front pocket or on a pouch with a belt clip, or a stun gun. And I love this stun gun because it has the nice grips on it, easy to use. That's pretty much it. And it's also a convenient flashlight. So if I can't carry these, I'm carrying one or both of these. I have a little pouch that has a belt loop, and I can stuff those in there. It looks kind of silly, but hey, I'd rather look silly and alive than the alternative. So these will replace these if I cannot carry in any given location. The last thing, and I picked this up, is this little thing right here. I don't know if you can see, but it has some pretty nasty, sharp points on it. And I might wear a cap. Now, I lost the cap that I typically wear. If you haven't noticed, I have a rather generously proportioned head, so I can't just wear any cap. And this cap was given to me by one of my clients. It doesn't fit the greatest, but I'm just using it for demonstration. If you notice, it has these like a hollowed out center. And what you can do is, when I'm wearing a cap, and this is not for wintertime, because in the wintertime I'm wearing like something a lot heavier, but you can, let's see, slide this through there, right? So now you weaponized your cap. So you put this on, right? So, you know, you're just walking down the street, whatever, you have all your weapons, but someone just completely takes you by surprise. Hopefully it's not a lethal attack right off the bat, but you just take this off and this is going to cause hella damage. I'm just telling you. I don't know where you can find this. I don't know what it's called, but they were selling it at my local gun shop. I picked up a couple of them and I think they're great. So there you have it. That is my carry. Like I say, these are essentials just for daily life. These are more for entertainment, keeping my cell phone charged, my headphones. These are my babies. These are going to protect me the most. These are fallbacks, and these are carries that replace these carries that might be illegal in certain states. So that's what I'm carrying. And let me just say, if you far more wiser people out there that have been doing this much longer than I have, if you see anything that I've done or you have any suggestions or things you might want to say, you might want to think about that. I am not a proud man when it comes to learning from people who know more than me. So please, if you see anything you didn't like or any suggestions, leave them below. Leave them below in the comments. Believe me, trust me, I will read them all. And yeah, there you have it. So I'm curious to know what you think. Hopefully for all you newbies, this was of some assistance or help to you. And I plan to do more videos. So hey, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments below. I will see you soon.